guys, welcome to the Touchdown Table. I'm Ryan, that's Tyler, that's Jordan, and in this video we are going to be discussing one of the few big-name free agents that is still out there, surprisingly to many people, and that is former Panthers quarterback Cam Newton.
Well, I mean, judging by the talent level, you look at Cam Newton, and like you said, surprisingly, you wonder why he's still out there. But the reason is, the Panthers screwed him over. They did. They released him too late, and it was ridiculous for Cam Newton, and you have to feel for the guy. Now he's out there when all the free agents are already picked up, and the draft's coming up, so teams might not even look at him until the draft. We're going to talk about that in a little bit, but I just want to start by saying I'm very curious to see where Cam goes, and I feel bad for the guy.
Yeah, you said it. He's in a bad situation right now, and especially with the times that we are in with the COVID-19 disease going around. Cam Newton in the past had some problems with injuries. Last season, he was held out because of injuries. He's still going through rehab kind of now, but he's getting better. He's throwing more. I've seen more videos of him doing more active things, so it seems like he's getting healthier and healthier. But with the COVID-19 virus going around right now, the NFL is, I believe they're not allowing them to get these physicals that teams might need to want to sign a guy like Cam Newton. So that just makes the situation much, much harder. You got to feel for him a little bit, but also I have a rivalry with him going by myself. So, yeah, I'll stop there, and who knows, you might see the rivalry spring up throughout the rest of this video.
Yeah, I'm sure we will.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
One thing I do want to add though is you mentioned, how the situation with Cam is kind of bad for him, and Tyler, you said he got released late. I do think part of the reason he got released so late was because the Panthers were trying to trade him first to see if they can get something for him. And so I think there were definitely rumors about possibly him being traded to the Chargers or other teams that needed quarterbacks, but then those teams, filled up their quarterback needs without trading for him. So then Carolina said, all right, we can't have any trade partner for you, so we just have to release you, especially because they signed Teddy Bridgewater to that massive deal. So I think that was kind of the ultimate kind of nail in the coffin, if you will, for Cam Newton's Panthers career.
But they also did let Kyle Allen go, too. So.
They traded him.
They did. And so that leaves, so then they still have Will Grier as well, so I don't know what they're going to do if they'll draft someone in the late rounds, who knows. But I just think part of the reason that Cam was released so late, not because Carolina wanted to put him in this bad situation, they just wanted to trade him first and couldn't find a trade partner that they could agree to a deal with. And then by the time that all of those discussions happened and no deal was done, many other teams found the quarterbacks that they wanted to go with.
Yeah, good analysis, man. You're done.
Regardless of the reason, please put him back. Regardless of the reasoning for it, Cam Newton's just not a good situation. But now let's talk about the future for Cam Newton. Welcome back. So, I personally believe the best option for him and the most plausible at this point in time would be the Chargers. But the problem with that is, though, on April 23rd, if the draft stays the way it's supposed to be, most likely Justin Herbert's going to be off the board, and I would say likely he's going to be maybe a Charger, and if it's not Justin Herbert, maybe it's Tua or Jordan Love. But I feel like they're set on drafting a quarterback, and you look around with other teams, they have their starters in free agency, or they're looking to get a starter in the draft. There's not going to be a lot of teams left. It's like a game of musical chairs. As Mike Florio put it on Pro Football Talk, he says it's musical chairs with this quarterback free agency, and it's just about how many seats there are, and eventually there's going to be more butts than seats. And Cam Newton's butt cannot find a seat, which is unfortunate for him. And
so
unfair.
Then he'll be out, and then another seat will be taken away, and they can play the music again, and they'll start going in a circle and sit down when the music stops.
Well, it's kind of a it's a weird scenario like that, but I think that's a good way to put it. So, if for some reason Mike Florio is watching this, we appreciate you.
Yep.
You guys got any other options for him, or where else do you think he could go?
I mean, I really think the Chargers is probably the first thing that most people would turn to, but like you said, they have Tyrod Taylor, and they're probably going to draft someone, so then you got the bridge quarterback, Tyrod Taylor, and then the first-round prospect, which will likely be Tua or maybe someone else. And then so it almost feels like if they signed Cam, he'd just be kind of there. So I just don't know. A while ago it would have seemed like that, but especially with the Chargers, it seems like Tyrod Taylor's there to stay. It seems like they're drafting a quarterback with that sixth pick or higher. So It still could happen. It wouldn't be crazy, but it's just a rare scenario, like you said, where there's more quarterbacks available than there are QB jobs open. Yep. Normally, it's the other way around. It's just a unique situation for Cam, and you look at other teams. Obviously, people look at New England. What's their life going to be like after Brady? I personally don't think Cam in New England is a great fit. Some other people would disagree with me. I mean, I think Jacksonville is very comfortable with Minshew, but maybe they want to bring in Cam Newton if the price is low enough. I don't know. It's just a weird situation.
I don't see Cam Newton being a backup quarterback. It just doesn't make sense. Ron Rivera, okay, that's fine. You can have your own opinion, but without the injury, Ron Rivera said himself, who was coaching Cam Newton for a while, without these injuries, I'd probably still be coaching the Panthers because Cam Newton was that good. But these injuries are what caused Ron Rivera to leave and what's causing a lot of uncertainty with Cam Newton and the reason why he's where he is today. Jordan, what were you going to say to negate that?
Well, I just don't. I mean, I do think Cam Newton still does have a lot of skill. I think it was 2016 where he won the MVP with the Panthers. If then went to the Super Bowl to dive on the ball.
If you're in 2016, and even maybe before that Super Bowl or even after it, regardless of how you felt about him diving or not, and you say in 4 years this MVP is going to be a guy that can't even find a team and might end up being a backup, I don't know if I would believe you. It just sounds too crazy.
I mean, sometimes that happens. You look at some people on the Madden cover, and obviously that's different than an MVP. Yeah. But some of those guys you've never really even heard of sometimes. So it could happen, especially in such a league like the NFL. The thing with Cam Newton is the injuries that he's constantly had. He is more of a running quarterback, so he's going to take more hits. Also got sacked a lot, I think, at the beginning of last season, so that was something that hurt him as well. But like I was saying before, I'm not sure if he is going to be a starting quarterback next year. Does he deserve to be? Maybe. I think that it's a risk for any team to go out there and say, I would take you for a starting quarterback unless it's just for like a bridge year to try to get a quarterback to try to do something and then draft somebody next year or whatever. But I think the best option for Cam Newton is to go to a good team and be their backup quarterback. And I'm sure he's going to want a lot of money. And those teams aren't going to pay him a lot of money because they already have so many other good people that they need to pay money. So if I'm Cam, I take a pay cut for a year, go play behind someone, maybe go with the Ravens, play with behind Lamar Jackson, see how they do it all there with Greg Roman and John Harbaugh. They had a great coaching staff last year. Do a Teddy Bridgewater thing, the guy who's taking his job. Do what he did with the Saints, even though he got paid a lot of money. But do what he did with the Saints. Go behind another team that's good and get some experience, and go back out, and teams might not want to go out and get you. So you could do that. Also, I mean, there's a lot of options, but if I'm him, that's not the ideal option. The ideal option is you want to go out there, you want to be a starter. Right now, I don't think there's a team out there that's willing to go out there and put him as their starter. I think backup's probably always going to be in just the realistic scenario right now.
I feel like for Cam Newton, I like what you're saying, but I do want to change it up a little bit for what I would say. I think Cam Newton wants to go somewhere where he knows there could be quarterback competition because he knows these teams are set on quarterbacks. But even somewhere like the Steelers, where Ben Roethlisberger is there, but he's been getting hurt a lot. Maybe Cam Newton wants to go there. It sounds weird, but bank on maybe him getting hurt and him getting an opportunity. Of course, he does. It's not good when someone gets hurt, but it could help him out. So maybe he wants to go there, or maybe, like you said, Ryan, maybe somewhere like Jacksonville, even though they seem kind of set on Minshew. If he slips up, Cam Newton could be right there, get his chance, maybe sign a short deal, then go sign big somewhere else.
I do agree with that. That could be a definite possibility. The thing with the Steelers is they also have a good coaching staff, some good players around that team, and the team that's looking up. So I feel like that would be a good spot for Cam Newton. Don't know if the Steelers want to do that, though.
Yeah, and one thing I just wanted to add real quick, I was just going to say, but you guys kind of hit on it, that Cam Newton's best bet right now might be to just try and be the next Ryan Tannehill. You know, you look at what happened with Tannehill, he had some good years early in his career, then some injuries, then kind of, lost his starting job in Miami, then ended up getting traded to Tennessee, and that trade, no one thought anything of it, which was like, oh, okay. Then all of a sudden,
True.
Mariota goes down. He gets that window. The Titans go 7-3 in their last 10 games and go to the AFC title game. And look at that contract Ryan Tannehill got. And now he's going to be the starter in Tennessee. So I'm not saying Cam Newton should wish for his teammates to get hurt or anything. I'm just saying he might have to wait a little bit to find that opportunity to kind of get a second win in his career, like Tannehill did, or Teddy Bridgewater, his successor.
Yeah. Right now, I believe Cam Newton and a couple other NFL players are training in Arizona, if I'm not mistaken. Not exactly sure where it is, but it's just the fact that he's out there posting videos on Instagram and all of that.
Wonderful font.
Yeah, with his voodoo writing. But it's very interesting, by the way, how he does that. It's kind of cool. But it looks like he's back in form and he's ready to go and get maybe a revenge tour. Because he said the Panthers they didn't care. Well, I can't remember what he said exactly in his Instagram live, but it was like they don't believe in me or something like that. So he's looking for some revenge and to prove them wrong. So I would say basically that's where we're at with the Cam Newton situation. Unless Jordan's typing something here and wants to add something towards the end of the video, Jordan, you can. Otherwise, we're gonna wrap this puppy up.
I'm just trying to find a Twitter quote that he said when.
Good luck reading it.
Yeah, for real. Oh, I think I got it.
Trying to read it.
Yeah. Okay, this is him responding to the Panthers saying that they told Cam Newton to seek a trade. In his weird font, he says, "Stop with the wordplay. I never asked for it. There is no dodging this one. I love the @Panthers to death and will always love you guys. Please do not try and play me or manipulate the narrative and act like I wanted this. You forced me into this." And it says 1-0, which I'm guessing he's trying to say love, but it doesn't say love.
Okay.
And then this sign.
And the peace. Okay.
What's the rock on?
Yeah, the rock on sign. But Cam Newton seems to be a good guy. We know with the ball, giving the balls to fans, and regardless of Jordan thinking his flashiness is too over the top, that's why he doesn't like him. But there's a lot of good from Cam Newton. Hair. We're gonna see where his future takes him. His hair is pretty spiky right now, kind of like an anime character. But
I didn't say it, you did.
I mean, I'm just saying the truth. But it seems like he's gonna have quite the journey ahead of him. It's gonna be fun to watch him do whatever happens and deal with whatever is in the future for him. That's what we think about the situation. Thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, hit the notification bell. Comment your opinions down below about where you think Cam Newton's going to go, what you think he's going to do, how you think he's going to do it, anything about Cam Newton, or really anything that fits under the limits of this channel. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you guys later.
See ya.
See ya.